right, welcome to Your Time, Your Money, the show where your time is just as valuable as your money, and we know that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we have a great topic for you. We're going to start with talking about what is the Russell 2000 Index. So just a brief explanation of what the Russell 2000 Index is, what it tracks, and why it's important to understand it as well. So the Russell 2000 Index is actually 2,000 of the smallest companies out there in the market. So it's an indicator of what small businesses are doing in the American society today. So why is that important? Because small cap is really where all the growth potential is, right? Small companies can grow and become a mid-sized company or a mid-cap, and they can grow and become a large cap or a mega cap. So there's a lot of growth potential to this small cap space. And it's a good sign of how the economy is doing. If small businesses are thriving, that everybody benefits from that. It is also considered a little bit more risky because of the fact that they are small companies, and there's a lot of risk factors that could put those companies out of business or make adverse conditions for them, whether it's higher interest rates and it's harder for small companies to borrow, or it just might be that we're going through high periods of inflation, or there's a stagnant economy and small businesses are not flourishing. So the Russell 2000 tracks 2,000 smallest companies in America today. Now, the Russell 2000 actually started in 1984 by a gentleman named Frank Russell, and he wanted to develop this index so that it can track the market capitalization of small cap companies. What's fascinating about it is the largest capital company in that Russell 2000 index is about 8.1 billion, which isn't a very large company at all when you look at a lot of these mega billion companies that are out there. But the largest company in that index is about 8 billion. Russell also has another index called the Russell 3000, and that's a broad market index. So those extra 1,000 companies are larger, like mid-sized companies, and the small cap index makes up about 7% of the Russell 3000 index. So once again, the Russell 2000 is small cap weighted. Just to kind of give you an idea of some of the volatility in the small cap market, I printed out actually some of the returns just so we could see how volatile sometimes small caps can be versus other markets. So if we look at an integral from a period of time from 2008 to 2010, that index was down almost 34%. The next year up 27, and then the next year up 26. So you see a lot of fluctuation in that index. Some of that's due to the extra risk being at smaller companies in general. But there's a similar index that some people rely on too that's weighted towards small caps, and that's the S&P 600, which can be used as another benchmark for some of the small cap companies that are out there. So hopefully you found out a little bit more about the Russell 2000 index, what it is, what it tracks, and how you can compare that to your portfolio. What I wouldn't be doing is comparing maybe the Russell 2000 performance to your portfolio if, say, you were 70-80% bonds and then the remainder was S&P 500 large company stocks, because that wouldn't be a fair comparison from a benchmark standpoint. But if you have a more aggressive portfolio, your portfolio is more geared towards small size companies, you may want to use that Russell 2000 as a benchmark to see kind of how your performance is doing versus the whole market index as well. So once again, if you want to find Iron Tree Financial, you can locate us at 43 British American Boulevard in Latham, New York, 12110. You can reach us at 844-444-YTYM for Your Time, Your Money. As always, if you like these episodes, feel free to subscribe, share this with your friends and coworkers, and keep sending in those topics that you'd like us to discuss. Hopefully you know a little bit more about the Russell 2000. And as always, it's your time and your money.